Okay, so we go from that baseball topic to one of the most interesting things I came across over the weekend. I said, how can I present this on the podcast so everybody on live stream will be able to understand what we're talking about? We're talking about what's left on the National League schedule. That's where we are, 2 weeks to go in the season. Padres close out with Astros, White Sox, and then the final 6 on the road at Arizona and at Dodger Stadium. Arizona, they got 4 with Milwaukee, and Milwaukee's in a dogfight for postseason home field advantage. That's not going to be an easy 4 games that the D-backs have to play. They got 3 with the Rocks. They got 3 with the hitless Giants, and obviously 3 with the Padres at the end at Chase Field. That schedule's a challenge because of what's next Milwaukee and what's going to happen at the end of the season, the Padres. Atlanta, 3 against the lowly Reds, 3 against the worst Miami Marlins, 3 against the Mets, and 3 against Kansas City, which is kind of faded. The Atlanta schedule, to me, looks pretty decent. Mets, this is bad. This is bad because it's hard. You got Philadelphia's Broad Street Bats. Yeah, you got 3 with Washington, but then you got 3 with the Braves and 3 with Milwaukee. So there's 10 games on that Mets schedule that are really rugged. And to complicate it, it looks like Francisco Lindor, their power-hitting shortstop, has re-injured his back. If they got to go the final 2 weeks of the season without Lindor in the batting order, I don't know that the Mets are going to make it. So, John, I don't think the Padres are going to catch the Dodgers, but I think these other teams in a wild card race are not going to be able to catch the Padres just because of the toughness of some of those schedules.
Yeah, but this is just playoff baseball, like pre-playoffs, really.
Yeah.
And this is when it's really exciting. And we're doing the scoreboard watching, and I love this vibe during this time of the year. But yeah, you get for the Padres perspective, the White Sox looks like a layup, but it's going to be tough the whole way through. And it is interesting. It makes you wonder what the motivations of the other teams are. Like, are they as desperate to win as the Padres? Because like you say, the Royals are fading. The Padres are getting the Astros. Yeah, they're in first place by 4, I think it was 4.5 in the AL West. But are they going to be like all hands on deck to win like the Padres are?
Well, there's 2 weeks left. You don't want to give anything up now and let somebody catch you in the rearview mirror. Mm-hmm. That's a big issue. Actually, put those numbers back up there for a second. So, the Padres are facing Bregman and Jordan Alvarez in Houston. Then they get Arizona. Arizona's getting all their injured guys back. They're going to have a full lineup effective tonight. And then you got 3 at Dodger Stadium. I mean, there's 3 of those 4 series are pretty rugged. Arizona, I think that if those guys coming off the DL, the Marinos, the Christian Walker's already back, Marte is back, Arizona could probably dominate in some of those games, so they won't be behind the curve. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this is going to be tough. You look at these schedules, and I'm just thinking, they're battling for the number 4, 5, and 6 positions in the playoffs. But, if the Padres finish 4 and the Diamondbacks 5, they have to face each other in the first round, and all these teams are so hot. I mean, this is nuts.
Yeah. Then you got the Atlanta situation, and they've been running uphill all year because of the injuries, and I think Atlanta still has a legitimate chance to probably make it. And that Mets, that's a death march. I mean, look at who they got to play.
Yeah.
4 with Bryce Harper, 3 with everybody in Atlanta, and 3 with Milwaukee, which is fighting to breathe and keep itself in a prime wild card spot. And the other factor, if you don't have home field in the wild card, you're playing on the road for the rest of the fall. Even if you win the first round of wild card, you're still a road team. It's very, very hard. Mm-hmm. So it's critical to get the first wild card slot if you can't win the division.
Well, the Padres ended up winning 2 years ago on the road in New York against the Mets. So it can be done. The Padres are a good road team. But yeah, you could get the home field advantage. And I'm thinking from the Padres perspective, I want them to win the division so they can get the bye in the first round. Even though that seems to be the jinx lately, I still think it's a great thing for the team.
For them to get a group of days off, to get their pitchers in a rotation and rested and not fried.
Yeah.
I concur with you wholeheartedly. So if you're a baseball fan, the Fans Forum chat box is open. Padre fans, this is your cue to be with us. Dodger fans, jump on board. Want to hear what you've got to say, and then we'll talk about the scheduling that we just posted.